Ladies and gentlemen, SideStrafe back with some more DayZ. What? Shenanigans and what have you. Madness, if you will. But actually, this is just more so a status update of sorts. I still get questions about the mod and, of course, the standalone version of the game, which is obviously not out yet. People want to know, are you ever going to return to the mod? Are you going to play standalone? And as far as returning to the mod, I said in one of my final videos, no, I don't really have any immediate plans to do so. Mostly because I feel like I've experienced the game to its fullest, I suppose. There just isn't that much you can do in an unfinished mod, and quite frankly, I can't really carry on that much commentary with something like that. So, as far as standalone, of course, yes, I will definitely take a look at that. I'll give you my first impressions. I'm just waiting for, the devs to provide us with something, and I'll do what I can. Hopefully it'll be good. I want it to be good. I really do. I want it to succeed because so far there aren't any other titles that are able to even compete with this mod, really. Obviously, we know what happened to War Z. Biggest bag of fail I've seen in a long time. But, I do have faith in Rocket and his dev team. So, looking forward to checking out Standalone. And that's pretty much the reason I decided to make this video. But I will, of course, continue to play a little bit here. Just because, well, I'm not the kind of guy that makes a short 5-minute announcement or status update video. Unless it's absolutely necessary. Nothing against that, but, why not at least try to provide you with some quality entertainment, right? I'm sure many of you have missed this. Most of you probably subscribed just for this game. But, unfortunately, I just got to do what's best for myself and the channel in regards to content, and it's just difficult to carry on with this title. As most of you know, my original DayZ videos, which were partially responsible for, spreading awareness of this title, really would cover more of the psychological aspects of the game and more so what would happen if this was a real situation, if this was real life, what would you do as a human being? And I think that's the kind of commentary and conversation that I miss, and I think a lot of you had commented on and said, oh, we missed the original days when you used to talk about all the situations and realities within. So I've always really wanted to go back to that, but again, you just kind of run out of things to talk about when you're running around, and there's just only so much you can see and do. But I actually don't remember where I last left off. I spawned in today on this server. It's an official normal DayZ mod server, and I have all this gear. I don't remember if I had this on my last character. I don't remember at all. I mean, it's been a while, but I almost feel like I've spawned into somebody else's character or something. I have no idea, but this is what I've got, and so there's that. Let's see what else we got here. I just really don't remember the last thing I did. I remember it was more so an announcement video as well where I was talking about quitting DayZ. So I don't know if I, for some reason, had this stuff, but or it could just be the server. Although this is the third server I've connected to, and I've had this gear on all of them. So there is that. I think I'll follow the road up and see what happens. We'll just stay on the outskirts here. But, the primary problems with doing commentary for this mod is that, quite frankly, I'm the only thing that can keep it entertaining. Or commentators in general, for that matter. It's our job to keep you in the video, make you watch to the end. I have to come up with things to say that are going to amuse you or create thought and discussion within the community. And that's because, well, who wants to watch a guy run across a field for 30 minutes and do nothing. I mean, it's literally the travel time game, and that's inherently a major flaw. And after doing, I don't know, what did I do, 30 or so videos? I just ran out of things to talk about. So I had to stop playing, just for the the betterment of the channel. But, you know, yeah, a lot of you just didn't care. I mean, it seems like if it's DayZ, it was still good content, but I do have standards, and, you know, it was starting to just not be fun for me, and if it's not really fun for me, then I'm lying. And, you know, I'm not here to lie to you guys. I'm not here to just make extra money off of popular content. Otherwise, if I wanted to make a lot of money, I should have just kept doing DayZ and turned it into a DayZ only channel. Sure, I was getting a ton of views from this content, but that's not me, you know? It's not about that. I just like to make enough money to survive, and then, of course, provide you with what I think is fun. And because I know you guys are smart, you know what's going on. You know when a YouTuber is being fake and phony and just doing something for the views or the money. And you can tell when somebody's not having fun. There's just that emotion that doesn't come across, and you can just tell when somebody's acting. And we've all seen those examples on YouTube. I'm sure we can name a few commentators out there that are pretty phony. And, you know, it's just not me. I had to say, you know, enough's enough. I have to stop. This just isn't something I can continue, because, you know, I'm not legitimately having fun with it. Sure, you can come back and revisit. Maybe things will be different over time. You know, you freshen up a little bit. But again, I still look at this today and I'm like, well, it's just the same thing. I'm not really excited to be back in this game. And, you know, this is probably the first time I've launched it since that last video, or maybe there was some time in between there for some reason or another. But that's pretty much, you know, the gist of it. So I hope everybody understands that it's just better for the channel to not play something that I'm just really not interested in. And it's mostly because I have to respect, you know, you guys as well, and say, look, you know, you don't want to treat the viewers like they're idiots, and you're gonna see through everything, and it just was the right thing to do. So I hope you understand. Hope you'll continue to stick around. I always appreciate the fact that most of you have stuck around for my other content, and that you enjoy that, so that's good. We are, of course, still gaining subscriptions, which is nice. You know, we'll be nearing the 100,000 subscriber mark, which to me is just ridiculous, and very thankful for that. Unbelievable. Never would have thought that would happen to me, but that's a great thing. And of course, everybody here is a part of that. So again, thank you. But yeah, we're just following this road here, trying to perhaps get to this village or town, whatever it is, and then see if we can grab some food, because I do have some drink here. It's interesting to see. I opened up DayZ Commander, and there's so many, you know, other versions of DayZ out there nowadays that people are probably playing. So many servers still up. I guess it's still doing fairly well. I think it's safe to say that a lot of people have stopped playing it. I know I had gotten comments about people who had given up. You know, they'd continue to watch the videos, but they're like, you know, I finished with that mod a long time ago. To a certain degree, you can beat DayZ. It's just the goals that you always have for yourself are get weapons, food, water, live for a while, and go from there. Then it turns into PvP. So, but yeah, it's just interesting to see all the different mods of a mod out there and variations. I know a lot of people had started playing Wasteland, which is, I suppose, this without zombies in a way. Faction-based survival. I guess there's multiple factions and whatnot. I never really got into it. I know a lot of people were begging me to play it, and I just I remained unconvinced. I wasn't into it. I was like, yeah, no thanks. I saw a couple of videos. I researched it, and it just didn't look like it was going to be something I wanted to play around with. Obviously, you can play Wasteland on the ArmA 3 engine now, but also having looked at it, just wasn't interested. But speaking of game engines, I have to say that if there is something that maybe I'm a little disappointed with in regards to DayZ standalone, is that it's not using the ArmA 3 engine, that it's using a upgraded version of this engine, or a version of the Take On Helicopters engine, which is their other title. So it's nice that it's a little bit newer, allows them to get a few extra things done, but unfortunately it just doesn't have all the bells and whistles of ArmA 3. Maybe they'll work some of those things in. It looks like they have in regards to the gear and menu interface system, so I'm sure that they're going to borrow ideas from ArmA 3, which should be nice at least. So that's that. Got some walkers over there. You know, they've done a lot. They're you know, working on the motion capture, and the buildings and whatnot look phenomenal. They appear to be appropriate widths and heights, and have a lot more detail to them, and the looting seems to be a lot better. And I mean, overall, I think it's just going to be a really good product if they take their time, not rush it, and just, you know, give it a, you know, when it's done attitude. And that's what I want. I mean, I really don't care if it comes out in 2014. Just make sure it's a good product. Let's not rush it, and create something amazing. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones playing it. You know, everybody still has the mod to enjoy if you want. And there's still a lot here, and it occasionally, I think, still receives minor updates, but you know, it should be interesting. So let's see what kind of trouble we can get into over here. I need to find some food. Keep in mind, it has been a while, so I've entered novice state once again with this title. Have to remember how to do a lot of things, although there's not much to remember. Fairly basic. The birds sound so happy, chirping. Yeah, there's infected all over the place here. It's interesting that there hasn't been any real competition for DayZ. You know, like, again, WarZ was a giant fiasco. I assume people are probably still playing it. I guess the people that don't have any appreciation for standards and enjoy a completely douchebag developer. That, hey, I mean, if you want to be scammed for the rest of your life, that's all on you. But you know, I just can't believe that there isn't really any other titles out there that have shown themselves yet. And yeah, they've said, oh, we're making this and that, and there's some screenshots, and I keep seeing all these websites where it's like, oh, look at our concept art, look at our little demo here, look at our in-game models and renders and whatnot. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, who are you fooling? I mean, I feel like they're trying to pull another WarZ, you know, out of a hat. It's kind of scary that people, you know, wanted to rush into things, but I think maybe they've learned from that situation. Maybe they said, oh, well, we were going to do the same thing, but WarZ, you know, beat us to it, and instead of, you know, gaining a reputation, they actually seem to hurt their existing one, which wasn't too good to begin with. So you know, maybe those other games that are in the works said, well, you know, let's slow it down and maybe actually just try to make something good. You know, hopefully. Because, you know, again, I've said in the past, there should be more than one. You don't want a monopoly on a franchise or a title. You want there to be a variety of games so that they can compete with each other, and therefore it's going to make the devs step up their game and work harder and be more original. So that's why there needs to be other titles. Oh, yeah. Wait, I don't want to close the door. If I can actually, you know, see if we can... No, that's not working. Try to stand up here. I've always hated... Oh, wait. There it is. How this works. And hopefully that'll be much more improved. Can I grab that too? Okay. Load it up. Not much ammo, of course, but I will take it. Why not? Let's move away. Boy, I remember, it's kind of funny that I get the revolver in the this video, the status update video, because I remember it being the first weapon that everybody used to start with in the early version of the mod, when it used to one-shot the infected. Those were the good old days when everybody was still experiencing the game and everybody was working together, and there wasn't as much player killing, and it was such a new, scary, great experience. I miss that. You know, I really miss how it was then. It's just like people became aware and started thinking about, hey, you know what? I should just kill these people and steal their things. It's like they evolved into a society of douchebaggery, and it's unfortunate to see, but interesting at the same time, because it's a way to observe human behavior. And if anything, Rocket always said to him this was an experiment on human behavior, and I think that it's definitely succeeded. Got some walkers on us. Although they ain't walking anymore. There's a pack of something over there, but once again, I do not want to waste ammunition here, as it's pretty slim. So I'm just going to try to lose these guys. Let's see if I've still got my skills. My evasion skills and techniques. Which usually means running into more infected and having them all chase me. I remember that in the past you could just hug a tree and kind of lose them. I wonder if you can still do that. Wow, I feel like we're pulling everything now. Break off from this side because some of the sound effects still crack me up. Look at this guy. He's fast. Just turn around and pop one of them. I just don't want to waste the ammo, you know? Because there's going to be at least two, so that's at least 2 shots. Assuming that I drop them with 1 apiece. Because in this game it was always, well, you know, you want to save the bullets for players. Which is sad that you have to think that way, but it's true. It's like, well, I'm probably going to run into some player killer and I have to off him. So I need to save my ammo. Instead of wasting it on something that you can lose. It's like if you can get rid of a zombie, a walker, infected, whatever you want to call it, for free, then that's what you're going to do. But on the flip side, it eats up your time. Like right now, I am away from my objective. And, you know, do I spend the bullet or do I try to lose him? You know, this is obviously, now we've got this guy playing, so there's still 2 of them on us. And, you know, really not going to lose them out here in the open. But, so that's 2 there that's going to take. That's 3, I think. And yeah, so, you know, that's the problem. I just went through some ammo there, and, you know, I don't know that it was worth it. And that's always the questions that this game, you know, raises. Half the time it's just problematic zombie AI, the zigzagging issue that I've always had in the past. Although, to be honest, those takedowns were less problematic than some of the ones I've had to deal with in the past. So I don't know if they've smoothed out some of the issues there with that, but that's that. You know, I also could have, of course, used my crowbar, but every time I use the crowbar, I get injured. And so that's why I decided not to do it, but I don't know. It just seems like, okay, where do you got to hit this thing? And it ends up just being a mess. And I'm sure while that was happening, many of you are like, use the crowbar. You have a crowbar. Which is typically what happens. Boy, oh boy, I remember how angry some people would get over this game. And it was like, relax, man. It's not worth it. It's pixels on a screen. Big deal. I think one time I picked up a crossbow and half of the internet was ready to destroy me. I think they were outside my house with pitchforks and torches. I mean, unbelievable how worked up people get over a video game. And sure, I get frustrated, angry, you know, I rant and I rave and complain about things. It happens. But, oh, hello. Why do you guys see me? All right, let's see if we can take this guy out. Usually it's best to fight them in third person, I think, with the melee weapons. See? I'm already hit. And that is why I don't like using the melee weapons. I always get injured. I'm already actually injured as it is. But yeah, but anyway, you know, it's okay to get frustrated and complain about things. It's just human nature, but there's a certain limit, I think, where you just need to kick back and say, okay, let me relax a little bit. I'm getting mad at a guy for picking up a crossbow on YouTube. Chill. Oh, there's a zombie infected. Whatever. Well, I mean, there could potentially be some more food or rations in there. Potentially. We can go back in. Oh. Another one. I don't know how I felt about the sight radius on these things. Either. See, he runs and then he stops. And now he's just chilling. And it looks like he gave up. Try to explain that AI to me. I can't. I really can't. Boy, if there's anything I hope really gets worked on, it's that AI pathing. Just, animations in general. I mean, I saw the video with Rocket doing the motion capture, so that should help. And I'm guessing a lot of the problems come from the original engine. And, you know, trying to kick up the speeds to be a competitive game, it's difficult, kind of breaks some of those core functionalities. So, I don't know, hopefully they've created a workaround. I mean, you are now responsible for making something that people actually have to pay for. And when you're doing that, your game has to be good. No excuses. You know, obviously a lot of people bought ArmA 2 just for this mod, but that was all on you. Nobody made you do that. Rocket didn't make you do it. He made a mod for people that already had the game. You know, if you chose to buy it for it, you can't say, hey, we paid for this. That was your choice. Don't get angry because you're playing an alpha mod on something that didn't have it as an original intent. Yeah, there's just too many around here. I mean, I could stealth in, creepy crawl, but ain't nobody got time for that. We're actually probably going to come to a close here shortly. Anyway. We got these guys running after us as well. Kind of curious. What else we might have if we can take the time to look at the map, which is what I should have done before being engaged. Let's see where we can go here. I'm sure there was other things that I was talking about as well that I probably got distracted and had forgotten. So I apologize. I do get distracted quite easily in these games. It's all part of doing live commentary, and that's the difference between me and other YouTubers, I think, most of the time. You get people that do post commentary. You get people that do cooperative stuff where it's just two or three people or more talking to each other, and there's no interaction with the audience per se. And oh, he's still up. How come I can't break your legs? I think I broke that guy's leg. This is the dance. This is the crowbar dance, the Gordon Freeman dance, the Freeman shuffle. I'll let them crawl now. I think they're damaged enough they're not going to be able to follow me. I was thinking about blasting them. I was thinking to myself, am I going to make another video of this? And I was like, I don't think so. I could just shoot them. We'll see. You know, it really comes down to, like, I think in a lot of the videos I was reading through comments, and most of the time it was like, this is so boring. This is not fun. Who wants to watch a guy run through the field for 40 minutes? And I said, well, I mean, if that's the general thought process, then why am I still making these videos? And my only defense was that the only thing that keeps it going is the commentary, what I'm talking about. So it's almost like the stuff on the screen is secondary and what I'm saying should be primary. It's almost like a podcast or something with more interaction and something going on, you know, on the screen. Some of you enjoy that. Some of you didn't care about what was going on in the video. It was more so about what I was saying. And, you know, if that was the general consensus, then sure, maybe I would have kept going with it, because then it's just me, hey, chilling and talking. And because really, it's not hard to play this game. It's kind of relaxing in a way that I'm not getting shot at every 2 seconds. Well, it depends, I suppose, where you end up, but PvP-wise, that could be an issue. But again, it's more so, like, look, what I'm doing right now, this probably isn't most people's idea of entertainment. And for you, obviously, I would say, just don't watch it. Simple as that. You don't have to comment or dislike the video. Just move along. Not the video you're looking for. I mean, but it depends. If the commentary is enjoyed, which is typically what I try to pride myself on, then, you know, that's that. But I think that's going to be it. I feel myself running out of discussion, so that's usually when it's time to stop. And, you know, just to reiterate, I will be taking a look at DayZ standalone as soon as humanly possible. Please be patient. I'm going to keep up to date, check out all the news, see what's going on. I will keep an eye on other mods and or games that are related to survival horror, zombie apocalypse, things like that. I do like that genre. I think it's fun if done right. And I do want to look at other games. I've seen some out there that are in development that could have some potential. I've skipped over others that just don't look that great. But we'll see what happens. I am open to suggestions, but I don't take requests. Keep in mind, if I see something you put in the comments, I'll look it up, but don't bug me about it every video and say play this, play this, play this, because it just aggravates me even more, and I'm not going to want to play it. So, you know, throw down a suggestion or a link once or twice. You know, if you're on Facebook, you know, fine, feel free. Again, keep in touch on Facebook, facebook.com/SideStrafe, twitter.com/SideStrafe. You know, that's where I can better interact with the community and look at those suggestions. But again, please, no requests. Very much appreciated. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one.